Now, top story night reaction. Joining us from Lower Manhattan, Dr. Marc Lamont. Hill teaches at Columbia University. First of all, do you think the kind of tax and spend program the caucus is putting forth will ever happen in this country?
No, I think that is a template for a kind of progressive vision. It's similar to when the Tea Party puts forward a budget or a vision, and it's not really going to happen, but it represents a particular framework and a particular ideology. The truth and the reality of politics happens somewhere in the middle. So I wouldn't freak out about the CPC budget coming through.
Okay, did I sound like I was freaking out? Because I really didn't want to freak out.
No, you never freak out,
okay,
Bill, because you're rich.
Because I'm presenting what they want.
I'm worried about the millions of people watching this who think that suddenly there's going to be tax seizures.
Well, let's both of us, Hill and O'Reilly, just advise everybody not to freak out. Now, you're sympathetic to these kooks. You are. I know you, and you're sympathetic to them, and you would do what they want if you could. But on what moral authority does anyone believe they have the right to take half of a person's legally earned income? What moral authority gives you the right to do that?
So I guess even the language of taking around taxing is something different than the way I think about it. I don't think that the government is stealing money from people. They're not snatching it. I think for the wealthiest 1%, maybe 2% as this particular budget shows, for them to pay more, to me, is reasonable.
More than half. Half is a lot of money, and it would be half, because unlike the 50s, 60s, and 70s where they all hide behind, there wouldn't be any deductions or tax shelters. You'd have to pony up half your
That's
cash.
Not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true.
That's what they wanted. I read it very closely.
But again, that won't happen.
They want to cap all the deductions for the 1 or 2 percenters so that you really wouldn't get a break. It would be a true half to the feds, and that doesn't even count the states, and it doesn't count all the other taxes. So what moral authority? Don't dodge the question.
I'm not dodging the question.
You're smart enough to know what I'm saying.
Right.
What moral
authority
gives any government the right, like France wants 75%. What moral authority gives them that right?
Right, but you're smart enough to know that I don't concede to the terms of the question. I'm not saying that 49% is okay. I'm saying more is okay. I actually don't want to pay 49% of my income.
You want more of that?
No, Bill. You're looking for an argument that I'm not making. I'm saying I don't think 49% is reasonable. But
okay. You wouldn't agree with that?
No, but I don't think they believe that either. I think it's a template. I think what they do is they lay that out knowing that no one is going to go for 49%.
Sanders
I don't think so.
There's no doubt about it.
Okay, but that's 1 out of 100. Let's go talk about the other 99%.
Well, all we have to do is look across.
I know you like to talk about the 1%, Bill, but let's talk about the 99%. The 99% of senators don't believe that. No one wants 49%.
Okay. But France has 75%. Okay, they're doing it over there. All right, and though they voted the guy in, the nutty socialist guy. The French voted him in, so they're getting what they deserve. All right, so I'm happy to hear you say that.
What about England, though, Bill? England did just the opposite. They instituted austerity. They have a conservative fiscal policy, and they're not getting out of their mess either. The answer here isn't extremism on either side. You need to be more moderate and reasonable, like me, Bill.
Like you, I know.
Thank you.
You're the poster boy for moderate and reasonable. Just open a dictionary, and there's Hill's face. Now, I'm researching killing Jesus. Do you know why Jesus was killed by the Romans?
I'm going to let you answer that question.
So you don't know.
I'll get in trouble. No, whatever I say, I'm going to get in trouble with the right-wing outlets. So go ahead.
You've never feared that before. But you don't know, and you shouldn't know, because it was about taxes.
Of course it was about taxes.
And
it was about unregulated capitalism, Bill. Actually,
it's unbelievable, the correlations between what was happening in Galilee and what the Romans were doing to the Jews back when Jesus was walking around and what's happening now. I'm just going to give you a heads up that this is coming. And the taxation was so onerous on the folks for a totally different reason. I'll concede that the Romans were venal and they wanted this money to build their temples and to live a crazy lifestyle. But it was philosophically the same kind of government intrusion that we, the people of America, have no right to private property. And that's what Castro does, Chavez does, and that's where these congressional caucus people are headed.
Do you read the Fox News version of the Bible? Come on, man. Jesus turned over tables in the temple. He was worried about profit making, excessive wealth gathering. He was worried about
I'll deal with that, Hill, and you know what?
No,
you're not accurate in what you just said. But I'm not going to give away any more because I want you to read the book. And
I will read the book.
Buy it so that the government can take almost half of all my proceeds from the book.
They should take 80% from you.
Yeah, just me. I know. You and Michael Moore. He said the same thing. Just me. All right, Hill. There is no moral authority, and Hill and I agree, for the government to come in and punish people who are earning a lot of money.
But
next on the rundown, did the producers of the Bible